So life is good?
Life is very, very good. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Tell me about the flat.
Well, Midtown Manhattan. Very small, very chic, and very expensive. I'm having second thoughts about it.
Why?
I spend most of my time traveling.
Oh, yes, of course, there's company. Lowenstein.
They're friends of Lord Monroe's. They've been in the hotel business in a smallish way for years, but now they're expanding. And I vet anything that comes onto the market for them. So my flat's empty for weeks on end. Hey, when will you be ready for a second honeymoon?
Ooh, that's a thought. I'd like to see David's face if I dropped that little bombshell.
Why?
Well, I had to practically blackmail him into letting us have time off to come on this honeymoon.
You look radiant.
I'm happy.
Good.
You do approve of Adam, don't you?
Yes.
What, no qualifications around the edges?
Adam's always been a good friend to me. When he first came to us after Hugh's death, I don't know what I'd have done without him.
He's blotted his copybook a few times since then.
Oh, don't expect him to be perfect, do you? He's an operator. He's lived by it. That needs certain skills and a certain disregard of the rules. But there's never been anything treacherous about his deals. I mean, he's always been quite candid about them, so you know what to expect. And now I think there's one big difference.
What's that?
He's always had to work on the outside as an outsider, against us as a family and against David as a major shareholder. You know, quite often looking back, Adam's had the right ideas without the weight to get them accepted. Frustrating for him. But with this marriage, he's come into the fold. I think you'll see he'll flourish.
I've got a job near here just now. That's why I came.
What, in the hospital?
No, I teach at Nina's school.
You're Nina's teacher?
No, I teach the older children.
Oh, I see. Where are you staying?
Outside Castlewich, till I get settled in.
You know, you could always try Mrs. Hooper's. That's where I stay. It's ever so nice, and Mac and Sid are there, of course, Mr. Hooper. It's ever so good, because I work with them at the garage.
Did you have to go back there?
Oh, it ain't too bad. Not now Mr. Lee's gone. So he wouldn't let me do any proper jobs. But I do all sorts now, like changing the oil, sparks, plugs, all that.
Are you happy?
Huh?
Happy?
How's your uncle?
Oh, he's fine. He's built a new life for himself there in Nottingham. I think he's going to get married.
Mr. Cottrell?
A widow. Oh, she's quite nice, really. So you see, it's all turned out the best in the end. Now he's built a new life for himself. He doesn't need me so much.
Whew. I never thought he'd get married.
No.
I thought you might. You're not, are you?
I haven't found the right man yet.
You found a bad one, though, didn't you? Do you ever hear anything of him?
Chris Hunter wouldn't write, not even if he had something to say.
What about that other bloke, Leonard?
I was angry with Leonard for a long time. If it hadn't been for him and Uncle trying to keep me, I could have answered the call. But I'm not angry with him anymore. I don't need to be. I'm a different person, Benny. People change.
No, they don't. Not you.
Get my message. I'm sorry I'm late, but my watch has gone all haywire. Oh, I'll have a tonic water, be fine. Did you get your message with your key? Is everything all right?
Everything's fine, yes, grand.
Oh, good. Good. But you're a bit late, aren't you?
Broke down, didn't I? Warwick Road, is it? I called in at a garage in the off chance. Fine, I'd when I had to go back later for a battery.
You had Sid's car, didn't you?
I'll have Sid and all when I see him. Mine's fixed now, I said.
Thank you ever so much for the flowers. He made me feel guiltier than ever.
Well, not down to you to feel guilt, is it? I had a visit from Glenda, didn't I?
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not, Kath. I mean, if Glenda wants to come and let off steam, fine, OK, good, and she did. But don't go around apologising for your own existence.
There you are.
Right. I'll let her unwind, and then she went. Didn't change out, though, did it?
She thought she'd warned you off.
Do you want me warned off?
Then the flowers arrived and up went the balloon again.
Did you get the note and read it?
Oh, I can't.
No, please. Why not tonight?
Because there'd be too much aggravation, John. I can't live with it. You don't understand. Look, I think it would be best if we played it down for a bit. I mean, she'll be taken up with the baby soon anyway. And she's expecting me home because she's cooking something special.
Hurry home for the grub, Ma, because there's nasty men about.
Well, we've managed to patch things up, actually.
You can't patch over the fact that you're entitled to a life of your own and she won't let you have one.
Well, I can't live with the daily wrangles, John. I have to please everyone all the time. It's very difficult.
It's impossible. Strikes me you've been pleasing her for so long, she expects. I mean, you'll be old and grey when those kids have long gone. What then?
Well, not yet, anyway.
We don't have to eat here, if that's what's worrying you. Look, ring her up. Let her know.
No, I can't. I wish I could say yes and that she'd understand.
Does she expect her own way when she isn't pregnant? No. Do you mind if we ban Glenda from our conversations? I'm sorry, it's just been one of them days.
I wish I could say yes in view of your news. Well, about the garage. Sid mentioned it when he dropped the keys.
Oh, good of him.
What did the office say then?
That my returns were late. What they say when they get them and find the golden egg's been dropped, oh, Lord only knows.
Look, I tell you what. It's too late to do anything about tonight, but how would it be if I arranged a little dinner party at my place? You know, nothing posh, just a meal.
What? At your place with you know who?
Well, that's all right. They can go out, can't they? But better still, if they went out later, then maybe we could start again and, you know, start from scratch.
What we did wasn't wrong, though.
Oh, no, I know, but you know what I mean.
Dance to Glenda's tune.
Well, it would give us a chance to get to know one another, wouldn't it? Give us a chance. Well?
Are you pleased you've seen Benny?
Yes?
Good. Oh, there's something I want to ask you. You know those little flashcards for her Macathon? Do I tell her when she doesn't get them? I'm never quite sure what to do. What do you think?
Pardon?
You haven't been listening, have you?
No.
Oh, she's asleep now.
Oh, thank you, Benny. Super.
Look, Alison, I've got to go to the pub.
You hate pubs.
Yeah, but it's, Mac and Sid. It's a darts match, see, tournament.
Oh.
And, you know, I did promise them. I didn't know you were going to
no,
be here.
Go on, please.
Look, I'll ask Mrs. Hooper, shall I, about the room?
Not yet. Not yet. You see, I'm so busy at school just now, I don't even want to have to think about moving.
Right. Well, when shall I see you again?
Soon. Very soon.
Right. Well, bye, Miss Sharon.
Bye-bye, Benny. Thanks again. Coffee is served.
Sit down. You look exhausted.
Do I? It's only a couple of weeks. Denise Paget has to do it all the time on the dole. And child benefit, eh?
She gets attendance money, doesn't she?
Alison, she gets 26 quid a week for a full-time job. Do you know her, by the way, Denise?
Only by sight. I didn't answer your question about the flashcards, wasn't it?
It's just that she gets so bored when I go through them with her, even when I pick out one she already knows.
It's just the way she is. Her mind's lazy. Not willfully lazy, it's just the way it's built. You have to fight it all the time.
It is exhausting, yeah.
I do think what you're doing is wonderful, though.
Yeah. Couldn't have done it without Diane, so flat. And without Benny, for that matter. No, I really do. I try and keep her interested. Sometimes I act them out for her. Sometimes she gets them. Sometimes she doesn't. I think I get frustrated when she gets frustrated. But what you were saying about making her feel responsible for little things like the button on the kettle, I can do that. I will do that. But you know what I really keep thinking about all the time? What's she going to be like when she's older? Like a teenager?
No one can see. The handicapped have only been under the Education Act for 12 years. And before that, people just kept them. They couldn't see they had potential.
Well, they do, don't they?
Oh,
She does,
yes. If they couldn't do more, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I'd be nursing them. But they're not sick.
No. I don't want her to waste her time here with me. Right. Well, you've seen me with her now at home, my home. Mm. Is there anything more I should be doing? Anything perhaps different?
You could relax a little.
Yes.
Honouring us with your presence again, Mr. Jackman?
What? Where is she?
Where is who?
The missus. Have you seen her?
Mrs.
Now, don't you go messing me about.
If you're referring to Mrs. Hunter.
I know your sort, mister.
Keep your voice down,
I've met
please.
you by the hundreds.
Keep your voice down.
You ain't one of us, are you?
Aren't I?
You're foreign.
Quite.
Yes, I knew it. So don't go telling me what to do in my own country, right?
I would not presume.
I gave good years of me life fighting for you lot.
I have no doubt, nevertheless.
And I asked you a civil question.
If you're asking after Mrs. Hunter, she's not in the motel at the present time.
I bet.
Can I be of any assistance?
Yes, Mr. Jackman is searching for Mrs. Hunter.
All right, Paul. Thank you. I'll deal with this.
Oh,
Well, unfortunately,
wick,
Barbara,
that bloke.
Mrs. Hunter had to go out.
Slucking his weight
this
about.
evening, and won't be back until.
I can see him
very
in
late.
jackboots, covered in medals. Suit him down to the ground.
So, if I can be of any assistance,
What?
you wanted to see my wife.
Oh, you got it, yeah.
What about?
Say goodbye.
You mean you're leaving?
I have to, yeah.
I see.
Time to be moving on.
She'll be very sorry to have missed you, of course, but I'll give you your regards. And perhaps if you find yourself in these parts again, you might drop in and see her.
No.
Well, I'll explain to her for you.
How do you mean?
About your going.
No. I'll hang on for her till tomorrow. Been a good friend to me, she has. Yeah, and I likes to do it all personal. Yeah. So I'll hang on till tomorrow. They won't make no difference, really.
Come on, Mum. What's up? No fencing.
Well, it's John. He's lost that contract to supply the garage. He was ever so depressed when I saw him. He wanted me to eat with him.
You might have enjoyed that.
Meaning you'd have let me. Anyway, he's going to get it in the neck from his office. So, as he seems so down, I've invited him over for a meal next week.
I see. Saving that for afters, were you?
Hang about, wasn't his staying here dependent on getting that contract?
Yes, it was. They may be moving him away. I don't know.
Oh, that's one consolation. It may be dinner, but at least it's a farewell dinner.
Oh, I better go.
No, leave her, Kevin. Do you think you can have a word with her for me?
I have.
I mean, is it so hard? I mean, even if he's staying or going, I wanted to come to terms with him. I mean, he talks a lot of sense. We've not committed any crime. It's my life. I feel as if I'm being pulled both ways, Kevin. Look, I thought if we could start from scratch, sit down together, let her get a chance to know him.
Too late for that now. Better if... Well, if you want to go out and see him, you'll avoid trouble with the baby on the way, won't it?
Thanks, love. I didn't want to admit it, but actually he wasn't too keen to come anyway.
He does talk sense. Right, I'd better make a start.
No, you go on up to Glen. I'll see to this. You go on.
Mr. Mulder for Friday morning, Mac. Cancel it.
No. That's 150 quid in labour down the drain. And at least Friday morning empty.
Listen, when does Adam Chance get back off his honeymoon?
I don't know. But I hope it's after Sharon's. Come up with her work.
Where's Sharon?
Oh, she got the afternoon off, sir.
Off?
Well, you see, she had some time coming to so Mr. Chance and her got
Did he know the garage accounts were overdue?
She's on them, Mr. Hunter.
They were overdue when he left.
Yeah, well, she's been taking them home for the last couple of nights.
It can't be that big a job.
Yeah, well, I'll tell her tomorrow. I've got a message, by the way, from Mrs. Hunter. It's about that Jackman fella.
What's the message?
Well, I asked around at the pub, but none of the boys know the name.
All right, I'll tell her.
Oh, Mr. Hunter. Oh, you don't seem in a very good mood.
I know, I better ring Sharon right now.
Oh, it's no good, because she's picking Nina up from school, then they're going shopping.
It's worth a try anyway.
No, and then she's taking her to a friend's for a birthday party.
Oh, crikey. Look, are you seeing her tonight?
Yeah, because it might be Nina's last night.
Oh, Nina's last night. She's definitely not going to feel like doing accounts. Look, can you tell her to ring me at home? It's very urgent.
Yeah?
Serious.
Yeah.
It's absurd. It shouldn't have been allowed to happen. I certainly wouldn't have allowed it.
Why ever not?
Tramps do not belong in motels.
But if your beautiful, brilliant, creative wife coaxed, cajoled, even bargained, would you not have weakened?
Never.
That's what I love about you. You're so masterful.
Anyway, my troubles are nearly over. He'll be moving on.
When?
If David Hunter had the slightest vestige of diplomacy, he'd already be on his way. But no, the fish escaped the net and is as constant till Barbara Hunter gives his departure a seal of approval.
With a loving kiss?
I doubt that, unless he's blown across a car park. Anyway, I'll be glad to see the back of him.
I should think you say that of all the guests.
Some,
Mm-hmm.
most even. But occasionally there is a departure that leaves me saddened. Very soon there will be one that will leave me mortified. Isn't that worth a comment?
Let's hope it may never happen.
I have a feeling it might happen very soon. And I intend to do everything in my power to prevent it.
Mm-hmm.